I don't know if you can see this. I remember back in, oh, I don't know when this was, we can look in a minute. I remember when this month came up, I just lay on the couch. I had the calendar hanging on the wall, and I could lay on the couch and look at this, and it just captivated me. Was there ever such a... Was this real? Was this somebody's imagination? I don't know if you've taken time to read all what it says, but it says it gives you a rare glimpse into the mystical era of electric trains. This is the Great Northern Railroad. Which ran from, I think, Minneapolis to Seattle, through northern Montana. So, but at one time they had 3 different kinds of electric engines. One of them, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Did this exist? Yeah, it existed. This is a Mike's Train House replica, O-scale replica of the engine that you saw on the calendar. By the size of the books, you can tell pretty much how long this thing is. Quite an engine. Anyway, let's take it from a different angle here. I don't know if you can see them, but there's see the figures inside the cab. Those are the pantographs. They made contact with an electrical wire that ran overhead. This is a total electric engine. There are 3 types. There were one type they call the GG1, and it was all AC. It had AC motors in it. And then they had the kind called the rectifiers, and they turned the AC into DC through used mercury vapor rectifier tubes. They must have been huge to carry all that amperage. And then the DC from that went to the traction motors down in the trucks down here. That's where the traction motors were. This kind was very novel. I think probably the best. They took the AC from above and ran a AC motor that turned a DC generator, and the DC generator fed current to the traction motors again down here in the trucks. So they only made 3. Great Northern only had 3 of the just 2 of them. On this here, it looks like screens, but on the original one, there were screens cooling. All the detail underneath. Even got windshield wipers on, but so anyhow, that's the they call it a W-1, and Great Northern made 2 of them. That's all they used them. They had only about 70 miles of electrified line through tunnels and stuff. That's why they used electrics, because of the smoke and everything in the tunnels. Railroads used different methods to get around the smoke going through tunnels. Southern Pacific used a cab-forward steam engine, so the engineers are up front instead of in the back of the engine. But we won't get into that. So